Hello everyone, my name's Rob Britton. You're watching Newcastle United Life and Times YouTube channel.
I'm Paul Anderson.
And on today's show, we're going to discuss the aftermath of Newcastle United's home defeat to Liverpool, which they lost yesterday 2-1. So we'll go around everyone that can have their own take on what went wrong and what went right. So Alan, do you want to kick off?
Right, so we started our game off really well. Like I say, we go 1-0 up, see the red card, and I'm thinking to myself, 1-0 up, red card, what possibly could go wrong? Everything went wrong. The team didn't press enough. The substitutions have got wrong. Um, I'm just speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. I'm foaming. I'm disappointed. They should hang their heads in shame for what they're both. If we're going to be a top club, right? We're going to be a top club. We need to be killing these teams off like this. If it's Man City, Liverpool, they just seem to be a different team against these big teams. I've noticed that. Like the Man City game, we didn't push enough. Yeah, I think we've given too much respect, as Paul has mentioned before. And this yesterday, it just we didn't. You could have just said St James's Park. We're more confident. We weren't confident yesterday. Apart from the start, before the red card, hey, we were playing well. But then the red card had a negative effect on me, which, you know, it's unbelievable. And when they bring subs on, the wrong subs on, I think well, the wrong players off, it just went downhill from there. Um, and I just think a lineup shake up is well needed. We can't be playing players on reputation. Like I say with Bruno, and he done that tweet earlier in the week saying this when we first came in and from where we were to where we are now. But we're playing players on today's form, not back then, today's form. And I'm sorry, he's not playing in form. There's other players there which can come in and make, you know, add oomph to the midfield. The likes of the Elliot Andersons. But we just need a shake up for Brighton. And I'm just absolutely foaming. I'm just lost for words.
Len?
Well, I've lost for words now. Great. Long may that continue. Well, it's no good for a podcast, though, is it? Similar, really. I mean, first 20 minutes or so, I thought Tonali was great. Gordon was great. Obviously, great to see him on the score good goal. That's what he's been lacking really this season. 25 minutes we score a goal. 5 minutes later, they're down to 10 men. Happy days. We're going to go on and win this game 2 or 3-0. Their defence was all over the shop. Even though Liverpool, in fairness, they did keep trying to play throughout. I thought they were just as good with 10 men as what we were with 11. And then, the equaliser comes along in the second half and you think, oh, God, that's 2 points dropped. That's definitely, not a good thing. And then, of course, little did we know that just round the corner they were actually going to score a winner. And I mean, there were two fantastic goals. I've never seen our defence so open. I think for the second one, the fact that Botman had gone off unsettled the defence. It maybe highlights the need. We do need another centre half. I'm not blaming Dan Burn, but we didn't. I don't think we coped well with the changes at the back. And I was speechless, Al. Believe it or not. I stormed off to
Well,
the toilet after that second goal. I said to my 5-year-old granddaughter, "I'll see you at the end." Luckily, there was another adult looking after her. But I honestly, I had tears in my eyes when they scored the equaliser, let alone the winner. It was a dreadful day all around. But I think for the first hour of the game, the disappointing thing is for the first hour of the game, we dominated it, and so we should. We're against 10 men. And I think we're just unprofessional. I think it's embarrassing. And I don't think there's any other top club would fall apart like we did in that last 10 minutes. And that is it. I've got nothing else to say on it.
Okay. Paul?
Oh God, I'm just glad we didn't do this podcast last night because I was fucking livid last night. Honestly, it's going to take me weeks to get out of this defeat. Honestly, like I say, the first 5 or 6 minutes, we had the ball, we were dominating, and then obviously the incident with Trent when he's threw the ball in, like a petulant child, gets a card, and then a minute later he's fouled Gordon, and then for some reason the referee doesn't book him again. Apparently he said to Trippier that it was too high up the pitch to book him. Sorry, it wasn't high enough up the pitch to book him, which I don't understand. I thought you could be booked anywhere on the field. And then obviously we're still doing well, pushing for the second, got the sending off, and then you think, yeah, we're going to go on, it's going to be 3 or 4 this. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I think towards the end of the first half, you could see we're just sitting back a little bit. Start the second half, we just seem to be knocking the ball about round the back, and then they change shape. The compactor midfield in the middle. We should have got it wide to Gordon more, because Trent was on a yellow, so we should have got it wide to Gordon a lot more than we did, and he would have ran at him. And then they just stuck Salah on his own up front, and with a pace, and they were just breaking on with. And just before the goal, when Nunez come on, I said to my son, I said he's going to score. Yeah, you could just see it. And the last 10 minutes was just like a film. It was a nightmare of epic proportions. I've never seen anything like it. It was like Len said, it was bad enough getting a draw, but to actually lose a game with 10 men against Liverpool in such a big game, I thought was very unprofessional. Like, and if we're going to be a top club, we can't be doing it. You've got to, your Man City and that, the top teams would have just kept 1-0 to keep the ball. They can't get the ball off you. You've got an extra man. And at times it looked like they had an extra man.
Yeah, did. The substitutions, Gordon and Tonali, do you think Eddie Howe got them substitutions right or wrong? For me, he got them wrong. For me.
Yeah, I think he got them entirely wrong, because I think Tonali was excellent. I think he had a great game, and Gordon, was our main threat. So simple as that. I think there's 2 other players could have been subbed. So, and as it turns out, the subs that came on didn't have the desired effect as they had done in the previous game. So, or certainly in the Villa game. So I think he got the subs wrong, definitely.
I mean, I've tried to take some positives out of the game yesterday, and I have got some positives to take out of it. I know that might sound hard to believe, but I thought Botman was absolutely terrific, and it's just. I just hope that his injury is not too severe, But he was. I mean, he done there was a tackle he put in, and he just come from absolute nowhere. He was like a man possessed.
On Salah.
Tremendous, Yeah. But I think he got the substitutions, excuse me, wrong. I mean, we touched on this, Paul, didn't we? Like, give Gordon the ball, get at Trent. Go left, go right, just get at him. He's on a yellow card. But it didn't sort of like transfer.
It wasn't so much the players he brought on, Rob. It was the players he took off. It was sort of alarming. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Gordon did have a little bit of cramp. But you're thinking, well, how are these players getting cramp and all that when you're playing against 10 men? We should be fitter than them.
Yeah.
And that's all he's getting used
to. A bit leggy. You think I looked at like the energy levels went down like in the last 10 minutes?
We're normally one of the fittest teams in the league, to be honest.
Did they look? And this is we haven't started the Champions League yet.
Aye.
We're going to get this knock at it when the Champions League game when we play midweek. What's going to happen?
I mean, I must admit, it's like I think Len and Alan touched on it there before. It's been a long time since I've watched a home game and been left with an absolute sour taste in my mouth. Like,
to be honest, it was just for me. It was like being kicked in the nuts. It really was. It was painful.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, and we on that one. Yeah, pretty much. It was just like you said, Paul. You could see it coming.
And when Nunez come on, they were getting a bit more of the ball. They were starting to break on. It was getting a bit more. It was getting too open for me. The game. We should have just kept the ball and kept it tight and broke when we needed to break. But we're getting space. I mean, the first goal, it was a fluke because it come off Botman's back, then he's right in his path. But the second one, it was just Bruno didn't he give the ball away, and then Salah just threaded the ball through, and he was clean. Burn played him onside. See if Botman had been on, that goal mightn't have happened.
So Van Dijk sending off, we can all agree, definitely a foul. Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
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 Just fucking clean out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he's gone one say it's pathetic.
And can I just say on that sending off, Rob, the way Van Dijk went on was a disgrace. Effing and blinding at the ref, refusing to go off, effing and blinding at the fourth official. He should be given a 20-match ban. Disgrace. This is your captain. Who's going on?
I don't suppose VAR can get involved in that, can they? Because he seemed to stay on the pitch for ages.
He was
refusing to go off.
And I'm thinking, is VAR involved? I'm thinking, are they checking this? Or I was looking at the screen and I'm thinking, all he's doing is just arguing his point, and he should just be walking straight off the minute you're given a red card.
Being at home watching on telly, he was even in the tunnel, giving the fourth official.
Yeah,
I
thought they were clamping down
all the
on
officials were getting it.
Using the officials, I thought they were clamping down on that.
Well, the FA need to intervene and do something about it, because it's so unprofessional.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the game on Sky, and what shocked me was when Trent was on his yellow card and then he fouled Gordon again. They were saying on Sky, if that foul had happened in the second half, it would have been a yellow. But because it's 5 minutes after the initial yellow, the refs decided not to give it. And I thought,
shouldn't matter.
Have I missed something? Have
I missed something? If it's a yellow card, it's a yellow card.
Yeah. That's what they were trying to say. They were just saying, oh, well, if he didn't have a yellow, it would be a yellow. I was like, well, how can it? A yellow is a yellow. Even if it's two yellow, it's a red. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter when you got the first yellow. Is there suddenly a little time you've got to give a certain amount of time between yellow cards? Like, it's
starting to baffle me. Just some of the
I mean, Alan was
grey area, isn't it?
Sorry, Rob. Alan was going on about that Brooks referee the other day. I'd be interested to know how many big games he's actually officiated, because I think some of these referees, they're new and they haven't done many big games. They need to get a top official in for these.
Well, for me,
there isn't top officials anymore. Like,
for me, Paul, the ref bottled it. He bottled it because it's like, there's your foul. Give him another yellow. He's off. He bottled it.
Even Trent admitted it at the end, didn't he? Said, "Yeah, more or less."
Like I say, it's just so it's. But like I say, when they're down to 10 men, and then you're 1-0 up, you do expect to win the game. You've got the crowd behind you. You're at home. And it's just like, I've tried to analyze, like, where did it go wrong yesterday? Well, what happened? And I can't work it out. I can't find a solution in my head. I just think they just hung on while it was 1-0. They were still in the game, and I think they just hung on, and they took their chances. I mean,
and bear in mind, Rob, the player that got sent off is one of their best defenders. It's not like it was a forward
and
or
the captain.
It was the main central defender was sent off, and we couldn't take advantage of that. I mean, it's hard to understand, isn't it?
It is.
If that red didn't happen, I think we would have won the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think we were better. We were better against 11 than we were against the 10.
You know what I would have been tempted to do yesterday when he got sent off? I went in the second half. I would have hired Wilson on Isaac.
The two of them are
going there, 2 centre halves.
Yeah.
Just to bully them, because Gomez is an accident waiting to happen.
So, who was your standout man of the match yesterday? Then we'll start with you, Alan.
Anthony Gordon. For us, Anthony Gordon.
Paul.
Well, Gordon played well. I'd say Tonali and Botman played really well as well.
But you've got to pick one. You've got to pick one. You can't have 3.
No, I can have 3.
No, you can't. You're allowed if you have to have one.
I'll say Gordon.
Then?
Yeah, we'll go for Gordon. Now, I would have said Gordon and Tonali, but as we're only allowed one, Gordon, definitely.
I think I'll go with that as well. Yeah.
I suppose that's the brightness on a cloudy day, I suppose, and that he had an outstanding game, as did Tonali and Botman. So the small crumb of comfort is, providing Botman's not seriously injured, is we've had a couple of good displays of people that certainly in Gordon's case he needed a goal. So I'm sure you'll be talking a little bit briefly about the next match, but I think what Al said earlier on is important. I'll be surprised if there's not 2, if not 3 changes for Brighton on Saturday night.
I even went as far as said, if I was Martin to Babka, I'll be going like that. I don't think he's been doing that well, to be honest with you.
Well, did he have much to do, though, did he?
Well, he was a bit slow getting down to 100 goals, didn't he?
Alan,
he was a bit slow off the mark.
Who would you drop for Saturday?
Who I would drop? Well, Bruno for starters.
Yeah.
That definitely won't. I'm Burn will probably go in the centre back position, and I would play a target. Even if Botman was miraculously, Paul sent us a tweet earlier on about it's not Botman's injury's not as bad as first thought. I don't think he'll be in this week. I would think, even if Botman was in, I would still play a target left back, because what got me was when Byrne was having an interview and he was referred to himself as a left back. He's not. He's a centre back. I didn't see him as an orthodox left back, and I'm waiting for Hall to get match fitness so he can slot in there, because we'll see a different aspect of the left back position. But I would definitely drop Bruno straight away and Miggy. And
that's controversial. He hit the woodwork twice, didn't he?
I would still drop Miggy.
Okay, I would have said
I've always been. I'm sorry to annihilate him, but it was like he proved his wrong last season, because Paul will remember, and your brother will remember, Rob, when I slagged off Miggy, and he went on that big run, scoring goals and all that, and proved me wrong. But
so what's the moral of the story, Alan? Keep your mouth shut.
I'll just keep slagging him off, and I'll prove he's wrong, and then they'll score loads of goals. So Miggy, you shit. But it's no good him. You need to be more clinical. So yeah, I would look at maybe changing up top as well.
I don't know why didn't Murphy get 15 minutes at the end and take Miggy off? I don't understand that. Murphy would have ran at them and got crosses in for Wills.
Would he give Murphy a start? Would he give Murphy a start against Brighton, Anders?
Well, that's give him a minute. I don't think he will, because he didn't give him a minute yesterday.
Who would you drop on Saturday, Paul?
Who would I drop?
I mean, do you think changes need to be made? First of all, do you think personal changes need to be made for the weekend?
Yeah.
I wouldn't drop Bruno at the minute. I wouldn't drop him at the minute. But I think once Joe Willock is fit, I think he's a vital cog for us, Willock. Because he runs at 1-0, he would have run with the ball and he gets your yards down the pitch.
Would you not think Elliot Anderson will do that?
I didn't think he'd drop him. I did not drop him for Bruno. He won't. What he could do, I suppose he could move Joe Linton wide left.
Dale Winton.
He could move Joe Linton left, and he could stick him in the middle. Couldn't he? Could stick. What was I going to say there?
Elliot Anderson.
You're getting a bit confused there, son.
No, I'm trying to think what he could. No, he could put maybe Elliot Anderson in. And stick Joe Linton wide left.
He's played out wide before.
Then stick Gordon on the right. Stick Gordon on the right.
So personnel changes, who would you drop?
This week, I don't know. Burn could be one. Like unless Big Botman's out, then I think he'd probably put Burn in the middle. I don't think he'd put the Cells in the middle.
Okay, Len.
I disagree with Paul. I think Bruno would be rested, and I think up to before yesterday's game, I would have said Miggy, but I don't know. I think a game against Brighton, I think we're not going to get much of the ball. When we get the ball, we need to have somebody who'll run all day long with it, and Miggy will do that for us. But I suppose I do like the idea of trying to get Harvey Barnes into the team. So maybe shaking up that way, but it's quite simple. I think Bruno I would just probably rest him. We've got we've got other players who can come in. Should Longstaff come in? I don't know, but I think a rest would be good, and maybe as you said, Dan Burns a funny one, but it depends on the centre half situation with Botman, really.
I mean, the way the results have went the last few games, it puts a little bit of pressure on for next weekend, going into the national break, because you don't want to go in on the back of another What result do you?
Can't afford to lose.
Right. I think it's a game we've got to win now, and the pressure's on. Simple as that. It's a win game. We can't go into the international break without a 3-pointer. We've just got to do it. Simple as that. We've got to win on Saturday night, and that's pressure on the two now. Whereas if we'd won or at least even got a draw yesterday, then the pressure would have been off a little bit. So we'll put ourselves under a canny bit of pressure, I think.
The worrying thing is them are coming back of a defeat from West Ham.
Yeah, but we're coming off the back of this. We're coming back off. That's what somebody said to me today. Says, but we're coming off the back of a terrible defeat of Liverpool. So, I think it's going to be a great game next Saturday. Actually, thinking about it,
you've got to remember as well. You've got teams like Arsenal and Liverpool and all that. They're probably going to lose about 4 or 5 all season. If we lose next week, we've lost 3. So you can't have to make too much ground up.
Well, last night I did plug up the courage to watch Match of the Day too. And just as I switched on, Alan Shearer said, "Don't panic." And I went to bed and I had a reasonable night's sleep because I thought, oh, well, if Shearer said, "Don't panic," then maybe we shouldn't panic.
Someone, I've just seen online, they got a graph, right? They've got a graph. And they put last year's results, right? And replaced the promoting teams with the relegated teams, right? And we're still on par to get the Champions League from this season. From last season, they were at the point now that, and it's not as bad as we're saying, but we need to steady the ship now.
Yeah,
I suppose when you play Brighton after Saturday, then you've got 4 tough games out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, if you look
the next four are good fixtures.
You've got Sheffield United, Burnley in there,
Brentford as well. I think
Brentford. So we'll have very winnable games. As putting it politely. So it's a positive. We knew it was a tough start, didn't we? Well, I'll agree, it was a tough start. So, at least we got them out the way.
I think the big thing about the defeat yesterday was the way that it happened. Honestly, if they played really well and it was a great game and, we lost by the odd goal, you'd go home and think, well, that was unlucky. But I think it's the way that it happened. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
Mistakes as well, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I say, when you're 1-0 up, they're down to 10 men. The stage is set to go and tear them apart. The stage is set, and we didn't take advantage of that. I felt, and we should have done.
Well, the difference for the Villa game was we got that third goal pretty straight away, didn't we? Once in the second half, Isaac got that goal and the floodgates open. I think if we went 2-0 up yesterday, they would have come out more and could have been 3 or 4. We needed that second goal. We couldn't get it.
It's
naive. I would say we're naive yesterday. Very naive.
What did you make of Jamie Carragher's comments? Because he really annoyed me when I was watching it. Honestly, really, really annoyed me.
Be honest with you, didn't say it. So
I was at the match.
As soon as that
I never saw it either.
Went bang. Turn it off.
So Rob, what was he saying, Rob? Because I obviously mean,
he was basically saying that Isaac, when he was taken out by Van Dijk, that he wouldn't have been in a goal scoring opportunity, blah blah blah. And I thought,
when he's clean through,
yeah, he would have. And I just thought, he should not come on and commentate as a pundit when Liverpool are playing because
no, he shouldn't.
He is so biased. It's unbelievable.
You're going to get the same from Neville when it's Man United.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I just thought, get this man off the telly, will you? Dear me. Hey, the nonsense. He talks absolute nonsense.
Did she give him respond? Because Given was on the panel, wasn't he?
I would, Given was saying, it's a penalty. He's took him and he's the last man, blah, 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 and he's, but it's...
Well, to be honest, Rob, I think if it was in the box and we got a penalty, apparently wouldn't have sent him off because it was like the double jeopardy thing or something.
Yeah, right. Right. It's just,
yeah, I know.
Yesterday's gone, right? That's it. Just we draw a line under it. Very bad day at the office, as the phrase goes, and we concentrate next weekend. And like I said, there is a bit of pressure because we need to get something out of that game. We need definitely to get something out of that game. A draw minimum.
But before that, Rob, what's happening before that?
Thursday Thursday.
Oh well, we've got the draw. They've got the draw for the Champions League. Yes, blah blah.
So then we've got the Adidas announcement.
Oh, don't spoil it, Paul! Don't spoil it. I still don't know. I still don't know about this.
See, Paul.
I'm still Puma man. I'm a Puma man.
Oh, God.
I'm a Buckter man.
Is it Friday?
This is my favourite top, by the way. Look, apart from the Wonga bit.
Yeah. Is it Friday the last episode, Paul? Isn't it? Episode 4.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah. That's the good one.
All will be revealed on Friday, Len. When you
great! I'll be tuning in with anticipation.
Well, I've never seen episode. I've seen obviously episode 3, but I am looking forward to episode 4. I'm sure there's a couple.
And we've got the Carabao Cup draw as well. The night before the chat on Wednesday. Carabao Cup. See, we're getting that.
What a week!
No,
what a week!
Well, I was thinking maybe
a 10-minute turnaround.
Maybe do a show Friday, match preview, Champions League draw, few things to discuss.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah, everyone in for that?
Yeah, just for some.
Hopefully, we're in a better mood.
Get your starting 11s ready for what you would play in that game, and we'll compare starting 11s.
Right, we'll do that.
I tell you what, you'll see a very different one from me.
Well, we've heard yours, Alan. You're going to change all 11 players.
I was going to say, well, not.
I'm the manager.
Paul, you'll have Kevin Carr in goal if he's not careful.
He wants Steve Bruce back, Len. He wants Steve Bruce back on the help.
Oh, never in the world.
No, but I've heard about up and coming manager called Tony Pulis. He's alright, isn't he?
Dear me.
So yeah, we'll do a show on Friday. What time's best for you guys? About 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Be fine now.
Right.
5 o'clock, unless Cracker Jack's on, then it might be 5:30.
Cracker Jack. Fucker. Jack.
Hey, you sure you're
like Cracker Jack after this fucking weekend?
Don't forget to boys and girls, give us a subscribe and like the channel. It doesn't cost you anything and it's much appreciated. Oh, Len, did you like the Supermat video, by the way?
Loved it.
Brilliant, that.
Loved it. Because what a player he was, eh?
Oh, he didn't mess about. Did he?
We could have done with him yesterday. He just bought the centre half.
What are you talking about? He's in me starting 11 for next Saturday.
What now?
Hey, Rob, in fairness, it's the best 3 minutes of podcasting that's been on this channel.
Oh, he was good, Supermat. Like he was, yeah.
When are you going to do a Les Ferdinand one, Rob?
Oh, when I get round to it. You know.
If you didn't know, I like Les Ferdinand, you wouldn't have guessed, Rob.
That's maybe
another show.
Yes, that's another topic for another show. That's a good idea. That actually, we can dissect that debate.
Best ever Newcastle 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea, Paul. I like that one.
Right, lads. Pleasure having you on the show. So, until Friday night, I'll see you
onwards and upwards.
Yep. Take care, everyone. We'll see you all on Friday.
Ganny.
See you later. Ta-ra now.